So this is awkward. I feel like I stood you all up. Hey friends, it's Lyssah, losing Lyssah, and yes, I'm back, which feels really weird to say because I know I said it before and will disappear for 3 years. But I'm here to explain that, and I'm here to catch you up, and then I'm here to kick off this new season. I do want to issue a trigger warning. This conversation will be dealing with some pretty heavy themes, including child loss. So if that is something that is triggering for you, I totally understand. Please feel free to stop watching. But yeah, I want to catch you up on the last 3 years. This isn't even the half of it. For those of you guys who are new, which I'm guessing will be everyone, because I really doubt anyone who used to watch my channel will be watching anymore. My name is Lyssah. This is a channel where I've been documenting my weight loss journey. I call it Losing Lyssah, looking to set myself free from everything that holds me back. And I had previously lost over, I think I was at 60 pounds, I'm not sure. But let me just tell you, in the past 3 years, I've gained it all back. And then I've lost a chunk of it again. And now I'm kind of back where I started almost. So we are getting ready to tackle this new season. But first, let me catch you up. Also, if I'm being quiet, it's because I'm in my daughter's therapist office. She is in having her therapy appointment. I am out here. And I figured this would be a good time because it is the quietest time for us when there's not kids running around like crazy. So, all right, to catch everybody up, I believe my last video was in January of 2021. Little did I know how 2021 was going to blow up. In fact, I think my final thoughts on my last video were 2021 is going to be a great year. Womp, womp, womp. Famous last words. So let me see if I can do this concisely. So as we talked, Evie had obstructive sleep apnea. We ended up having a surgery for her. During that surgery, they decided it would be a great idea to let her wake up by herself post-op, which she woke up in pain, freaking out. No, mom. Ah! So they ended up having to resedate her, bring me back, let her wake up with me. Well, little did we know that that incident would then set her off on a now 3-year journey, dealing with extreme anxiety and separation anxiety specifically from me. So that was fun. Shortly after she had her surgery and all that fun stuff, we found out we were pregnant again. Spoiler, wasn't this one. Wasn't this one. Let's see. You want to play with your bear? I discovered, I think Evie had her surgery mid-February, and then probably around March, April, we discovered we were expecting. Surprise number 4. And I was taken back. I was like overwhelmed, but I was like, this is gonna be great. On my main channel, on Wears Many Hats, I was going to document my plus side geriatric pregnancy and all this kind of stuff. And obviously that kind of put weight loss on the back burner. But with this pregnancy, unlike my other ones, I gained a lot of weight pretty quickly, which was kind of weird. And I didn't know what to make of it. Well, fast forward to August, not June. It's about to be June now. Fast forward to June. And I ended up being, we found out at our 23-week appointment that our daughter was severely IUGR. And we were referred to maternal fetal. And then a week later, I was having a really bad headache. felt like I needed to take my blood pressure. To my blood pressure, it was like 180/100, very high. And so I ended up going into the OB/ER at my hospital, and ended up going inpatient with preeclampsia at 24 weeks and 6 days. Was planning to be there for the long haul, ended up being there 25 weeks and 6 days and giving birth to my little girl at just 515 grams, 1 pound, 2 ounces, and thus kicked off 13 months, 393 days in the NICU between 2 hospitals, and dealing with having a micropreemie, dealing with having a baby with severe BPD, which is bronchiopulmonary dysplasia, and chronic lung disease. She ended up with a trach, she ended up with a G-tube, all that kind of fun stuff. I literally was on call for the hospital 24/7. We ended up putting the kids in private school and daycare so that I could be there with her. And just when it looked like she was getting better and was going to be coming home, we were starting to talk, and we're hoping to get her home in a couple months. September 18th, 2012, she passed away. She ended up with a blood infection after a routine replacement of her G-tube to a GJ tube, and went septic, and we lost her. So yeah, being stuck in a NICU is not the time you're going to be focusing on yourself. Losing a child is not the time you're going to be focusing on yourself. So yeah, so September, found out we lost her. Fast forward to November of 2022, we found out we were expecting this gal. And no, that's not Milo. That's his little twinsy, Irie. And she was our very much unplanned and terrifying pregnancy, because how many of you know if you've had a baby early or had pregnancy complications, you can kiss your sleep and your peace goodbye. And ended up having her in July 2023. So she's just at 10 months old right now. And obviously grieving the loss of a child and pregnancy hormones and postpartum hormones. All I can say is my life in the past 2 years has been insane, and all things emotional, all things exhausting. Because, if that wasn't enough, on top of all that, I mentioned Evie's anxiety and separation anxiety. So she sleeps in our room. And then, because during all this stuff, there was a period we were staying at my mom's house during the NICU. Kids all got used to sleeping in the same space with my husband and I. Mostly my husband, because I spend a lot of nights at the hospital, because our little kiddo liked to code and have fun like that. So our kids have just dealt with a lot of anxiety and stress. Hence, we're at therapy for Ev. And then after that, let's see. So yeah, still haven't been sleeping. 2 of our kiddos, I won't say who, just for privacy's sake, have been diagnosed as being autistic. One's autistic, one's ADHD autistic. And so we've also dealt with all that stuff leading up to understanding we needed to go and get some evaluations done. And, did I mention 3 months ago, Milo got attacked by our neighbor's dog and mauled. And we've been dealing with post-traumatic stress from that for both him and Evie. So it's just been like one thing after another the last 3 years. And I'm not giving you all this context to I'm giving you the context. That's it. I'm just giving context so that you understand. I didn't drop off the face of the earth because I wanted to. I didn't drop off the face of the earth because it wasn't that I cared. I didn't have goals. I just was in survival mode, and I've been in survival mode, and for the first time in 3 years, I would say in the last month and a half, I've really felt myself coming out of survival mode and getting into a place where I'm staring down the barrel of 40. I will be 40 years old in October, and I'm going, man, there's so much I feel like I haven't done, and I didn't feel like that at 30. I don't know what it is about 40, but just I feel like I'm stepping into this season. Feeling unprepared. It's not that I'm like, oh, I'm afraid of getting older. It's not that, oh, I don't want to turn 40. It's not that. There's so many things that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to accomplish. And every time I've buckled down and done it, hasn't gone well. So I decided that I'm going to do a sprint. I'm not promising I'm back long term, but for the next 4 months, I am back. And I wanted to invite you with me, but really, if no one watches, this is a way for me to kind of process and keep my mental sanity, hoping to not sink back into survival mode, but have something I'm working towards. So I am going to be, in the next 4 months, looking to finish out my 30s strong. And I have 2 areas, because I'm trying to make it manageable. Stretch goals, but manageable and not too many. And that's this. I want to lose 40 by 40. The last time I weighed, my current weight was around 245. So I want to get down to 205, which would have me under my wedding weight. It would have me ending my 40s, a little bit better condition than I started my 30s, kind of a thing. Not in my 40s, ending my 30s a little better than I started my 30s. And then I want to, I don't know if I ever shared this on this channel before, but one of my hobbies is writing. I love writing, and I, last November, did start a novel, a story that I'd had cooking in my head for a couple years. And during National Novel Writing Month, I started it. It's probably a bit ambitious for where I was mentally. But I mean, I got a chunk, like 25, 30,000 words done in the month. So I've decided that I want to hit 40,000 words by the time I'm 40. So it's 10,000 words a month for the next 4 months, which really isn't bad. It's 2,500 words a week. On a good day, I can knock that out in like 2 hours. So these are my goals. And I have decided that I'm going to document the last 4 of my 30. And I wanted to invite everyone along. Anyone who's looking for encouragement, weight loss, anyone who's looking for encouragement, getting older, wanting to finish strong, anyone who's walked through child loss and dealt with those emotions or is dealing with those emotions, or NICU families. My inbox is always open for that, 100%. But that's it. So when I last made a video, I was a mom of 3, and I am now a mom of 5, 4 who are here with me, approaching 40, and wanting to end it in a good way. Even though the last 3 years, the last third of this decade has been rough beyond words, I refuse to let it break me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a broken person. I'm so broken through what we've walked through the past 3 years. But I view myself as, I can choose to stay broken, or I could have chosen to stay broken, or I can treat myself like the Japanese art form of kintsugi, which is a form where they take broken pieces of pottery, and rather than looking and saying these pieces are broken and they're done, they use gold to put the pieces back together. And so the brokenness becomes its own form of beauty in the piece. And so I guess that's what these next 4 months are dedicated to. Letting the broken pieces be put back together with gold and seeing what kind of artifact I am at the end of it as I start this new season. Are you getting hungry? Are you getting hungry? So that's it. I'm just making this really quick. Like I said, daughter's therapy appointment. Had a nice white backdrop. Felt very, very YouTube. And only one kid, therefore it was a little bit easier. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi. Hi. This is Eily, by the way. Eily means bright, shining light. And we named her that because even though we weren't looking for her, she broke through our darkest hour as a reminder of God's love for us. And even though it wasn't something we thought we wanted or could handle, she has been such a joy and such a redemption for us. She doesn't replace our baby that we lost. In fact, kind of dreading tomorrow, because tomorrow she'll be the exact age her sister was when she passed away. And adjusted age. And that's kind of weird to know that after tomorrow, every day will be a day older than her sister ever got to be. Her sister's name was Jubilee, by the way. And she was awesome. So, but I could totally go off on a tangent and talk about that for a really, really long time. And it's already been 15 minutes. I don't plan to edit this. It's just going up. So, anyway, that's it. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Feel free to ask any questions you want. I'm an open book. Always have been. Always will be. And if you'd like to know more about any of it, if you'd be interested in hearing more, I'm happy to share about that. That was part of the reason I had this channel, was if I'm going through this, someone else might be going through it. That was having to do with weight loss. So I guess now it's also having to do with weight loss, child loss, reclaiming the end of my, 30s. I don't know. So anyway, this one's getting hungry. I'm going to feed her. I'm glad to be back. And I'm going to say it like I've always said before. We can do it. The only way you can't do it is if you give up. So we're not giving up. Not this time. Not over the last 3 years. We're not giving up. All right. Next time, do my weigh-in. I'll have my tracker system up and going, and I'll show it to you. But I'm starting officially June 1st and bracing the heck for the next 4 months. Come along. All right. That's it. Bye.